Everybody's having an awesome day. There was so much money to be made today. It was a fun morning. Again, my green streak is continuing here. I like to see it. All you guys in there, you did see that NVIDIA trade. Got out at 42%. I was scaling out along the way. Got this cross back here and then just boop, 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 boop. Scaled out up here and then ran down a little bit. I messed a little bit with the stops on this one just because I know how NVIDIA likes to move. It's a little bit more volatile than these other stocks. So when we're looking at that there, I mean, it comes down, basically bounces off VWAP, comes and hits this level here. I ended up scaling out, I think, on one of these, and then I literally top ticked it. So nice little trade there. I did get stopped out on a couple of things this morning, but that NVIDIA trade sent me right back into the green. And again, team, I am going to have a special guest on here for you guys in a little bit. But again, since this is a public stream, if you guys would not mind hitting that like button on the way in, it would help out a boatload, cost you nothing to do it, helps us out over here. But shout out to the midday crew, STVU Animal. Yeah, I was talking to Sam about it. Sam, I don't know if you were in on the NVIDIA, but I think you had SPY. I didn't DJ in the NVIDIA. It was still smart. It never went down more than like 3-4%. You hit it twice for me. DM Ohio, I appreciate that. Woo! There we go. There we go. Is your prize on Telegram? No, none of that Telegram nonsense. But I was out on this candle here, which is sweet. I did top ticket. I wanted that 134. It couldn't get there. I saw big green and I was like, give me that, bro. So let's see what we get going into the later half of the day. Again, so Google missed. Microsoft missed. The only thing, again, remember, in the morning stream, what were we talking about? And I should have followed my own damn advice. But I decided that I thought the market was going to go down. And I should have just read what the charts were telling me. That's why I got stopped out this morning on some of these trades and then murdered the NVIDIA and just followed my plan, which I should have done initially. But again, we all make mistakes. I'm still green. The green streak continues. I think it's 9 or 10 days in a row now of nice green in the account, which is nice. I mean, it's all about consistency. That's what we talk a lot about with 1348. And I know you guys are hitting it here too, but here's what we have. After hours today, we're getting Facebook. Tomorrow's huge. People don't understand how big tomorrow is. When you look at this right here, earnings whispers, we have Facebook after close today, Ford, Teladoc, cool. But before open Thursday, we have Shopify, McDonald's, Caterpillar, Southwest, MasterCard. The problem is that everybody's focused on earnings. And I haven't seen many people talking about the fact that we have the first estimate for Q3 GDP in the morning at 8:30 and the jobs report. And then after close on Thursday, tomorrow, we have Apple, Amazon, Intel. That's also another reason why I was looking at NVIDIA today, because Intel started to run and I was like, little earnings run up there. Little earnings run up. SPY reversal. Yeah, it's starting to. I'm not touching it. I now green for the day. Smaller green day than yesterday, which to be fair, it happens sometimes. It is what it is. But again, I don't really care. Here's the thing. I don't really care as much how much green I'm going to be on the day at this point versus being green on the day. Just continually stacking and compounding those gains and averaging it out over a long period of time. Now, am I going to get myself into some pickles sometimes? Yes. But with what we've been talking about with that stop loss strategy is it gives me so much confidence to smack these trades. And if it goes up between 6 and 10%, I can scale out, move my stops, and let the thing ride. So I know that when I win a trade, it's going to be way bigger than the losers that I have. So it gives me that confidence to just smack them. If I like it, hit it. If it doesn't work, cool. I know that the next one is probably going to work. I trust my ability to read the market here and use 1348 and all of the key levels that we have drawn out to hit these really good trades. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Again, team, before our special guest comes, let's see if we can get those likes well above 100. We're at 60 right now. I appreciate that, team. Thank you. Let's see. Accidentally sold a SPY call at 38% by not changing your stop limit threshold. I mean, that's still really good. 38%, dude. I sold my NVIDIAs at 42. GBP USD keeps going, though. Unsure of the reversal until I see weakness there. Is the dollar slipping? Actually, I need to turn this on here. Yeah, the dollar's still coming down. So you never know. If the dollar breaks these lows and starts coming down, maybe I won't have top ticked NVIDIA. But I didn't really want to wait throughout this move here. Where do you think the SPY will end up? I think it's okay. So it's possible that if you see a lot of these companies run up into, like, if Facebook and Google, Microsoft, all these companies start getting bought up again, it's possible you see 389 if we get that squeeze move back up, which is what we were seeing here. The rim up, the rim up, the rim up. And it also helped me stay in this NVIDIA trade. Honestly, though, I was in it and the SPY would start to go and then NVIDIA wouldn't go. And I was like, I don't really like it. And then I would like it again. And I was like, all right, well, scale out, move the stop and see what happens. And then it ended up being a nice little 42% banger on this cross right here. So look at this. Cross up right here, closing candle above the 200, riding it up here. Housing data messing around a little bit there too, which apparently it wasn't as shitty as everybody expected, but still shitty at the same time. And then little test of VWAP here, but I had already scaled out, so that didn't really matter to me. And then nice candles back to the upside. It was a little bit of a risky trade. Played out nicely though with the stop strategy, and that's what it's all about, man. That is what it's all about. Thanks to Invictus on Ford for 50% DM Ohio. There you go, buddy. There you go. Yeah, Invictus is a monster, dude. Invictus is a monster. I would have made more if I bumped your stops, but 5% on the day is enough. Yeah, dude. Dude, 5% on the day? That's ridiculous. You make 5% on the day, you're killing it, bro. Like, dude, I couldn't even imagine. I would be so thrilled if I made like 5% on the day. I mean, again, with a 10% allocation, you got to hold that whole position to 50% in the green, which I will never do. I always like to scale out. And here's the thing. You might see other people that are like, oh, I like to take more risks doing this. I like to do this instead. I'm telling you guys what works for me in my personality and how I emotionally react to what I'm seeing on the chart. I love taking a little bit of profits off the table, essentially making it free, and then letting the thing ride. Go. Because remember how we talk about method, mindset, money management? The method is going to give you those trades sometimes that just kill it. But your mindset and money management skills are what's going to fuck it up. So having those different strategies in place, specifically that stop loss one, takes it all out and you're good to go, which I know a lot of you guys have been using. Shout out to you guys who've seen that video, but you've been sleeping on Ford. Dude, Ford's crazy. Oh, 4 trades. 40% of the port. Oh, that's fine then. GTII to 500. Daniel, I'm going to say this right now, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way. I really hope you don't. But that is the dumbest thing that I've heard today. And you should really reconsider where you put your money and who you listen to. Because that is dumb. Really, like really stupid. Like really dumb. That's not even enough. That's a 10,000% gain on a fucking shit, like crap stock. No, get that out of here. You're just trying to spark interest. Oh, so you're trying to pump your position. Don't do that either. Don't try and spark interest on these things. That's the thing. This is you're about to trigger a rant, bro. You're about to trigger a rant. This is the problem. If the company's not going to do it by itself and you need to go out and then tell other people to buy it, then it's shit. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. You guys, seriously, we have a no nonsense policy here. If you don't want me to emotionally damage you, relax. We're trying to be smart here and not really dumb. Okay? Let's make smart decisions and not really dumb ones. Is that too much to ask for? Okay, cool. Can we look at AMD? Yes, we can. AMD, little volatile today. Is it back above 60? Oh, it is. Nice move there. Little cross up, potential cross down. That would have screwed. So NVIDIA was actually the play today versus AMD. Because this would have probably, I mean, you could have scaled out here, but even if you set a stop, you were getting taken out. So you would have hit your base hit here, could have re-entered on a rim, but Nancy was the play. I had to really maneuver my way around this one, but it worked very well. All right, guys, keep hitting that like button on the way in. We are almost at 100 already. I appreciate it. Let's see. Our special guest should be coming in soon, and we are going to have some fun. The no nonsense policy still applies. Dixie, new day low. There you go. These public streams, bro. Dude, that's what happens. That's why we go and make all of the money in the market in secret with 1348. If you're tired of losing money, the link is at the top of the live chat over there. Come join us. The live chat. I literally have not had a red day in like 10 days, 10 trading days. I'm on a nice little streak here. I'm locked the fuck in. Gabe's killing it. DM Ohio following all of the rules, slaughtering it. Our algorithms are killing. Invictus is a monster. We got so many crazy things coming for you guys. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. It's going to be crazy. You have always tried to speak good about any stock. You refuse to short them. That's fine, but you have to acknowledge the fact that it's a pump and dump, especially like, come on, dude. Come on. We can't be doing that. That's how you lose all your money. And then by the time that you're like, oh, whoops, I should have just listened to STV when he was saying this is probably the way to do it. It's going to take you so much longer to compound your gains back up to break even. So check out your fishing tweak to 1348. Ooh, what'd you do, DM? What'd you do? What'd you do? Fishing? I don't see anything about fishing. I see the Ford play, which is sweet. Are we finally moving to the upside with SPY, or is this more market BS? This is I would say this is a little bit of a short-term squeeze above 380 with shorts getting out. Like, remember, I told you guys in the video yesterday, is this a squeeze? It might be, but we have earnings to deal with. And now it's starting to bend back around. I think we could see this 389 before it starts to come back down. But here's what you need to think about. You have to think about what is actually going on in the overall market and economy. Everybody was talking about the Fed pivot. There is no Fed pivot. If they do 75 and then 50 and you hear people saying that that's a pivot, smack them. That's not a pivot. That's getting to almost 4.5, the terminal. That's where we were going anyway. So is inflation coming down? Not really. Is our home prices still coming down? Yes. Do we still have the situation with England to deal with literally next week when they go to start selling their bonds that could pump the dollar up? Yes. Do we still have the situation with Japan? Yes. Do we still have Russia and Ukraine? Yes. There's so many things that could weigh this market down right now. Good earnings can help. The market can get helped out a little bit by good earnings. Now, we did see decent earnings last week. Microsoft and Google were not good. Google's advertising revenue was not looking too hot. Kyle, it has to do with the fact, and I explained this to you guys. It has to do with the fact that Ape is just a disaster, like an absolute disaster. As soon as that came out, I told you guys, I was like, oh, no. And in my opinion, it's become more of like a long-term fundamental play if they can raise enough money. But with what I said earlier, you needed Ape to hold on higher in order for them to raise enough money. It didn't. It fell. And you had to make that decision when I posted that video when Ape was at 7 something. So it is what it is. I tried. And then everybody lost their mind. And so I was like, okay, well, if everybody's going to lose their mind over logic, it's too far. This whole thing got too far gone. It's like, all right, cool. I told you, let's see what happens. And then I ended up being correct. So it is what it is, but that's not really what I'm focused on here. I'm focused on making sure that you guys have the tools to make money in this market every single day. You guys have seen the games that I've been posting and all the other members having a lot of success. And that's what we're here to do. Let's see. Oil stocks are up. Yeah. I mean, oil was up this morning. Wow. Oh, no. Sorry. That's not what I'm looking at here. Wow. Natural gas rally back up. Now, oil's up 3.28. Oh, there was SPR news at 1.2. Oh, we're about to crack 100 likes. I appreciate that, team. All righty. Let's see if this is going to be the rejection here. I mean, yesterday we did call that little rejection move down to VWAP. Oh, Notorious. I love you, dude. Hong Kong shares opened in the green on Wednesday, with benchmark Hang Seng gaining 2.5% as investors being considering the possibility of slowing aggression by the Fed. Well, we'll see next week when it announces its monetary policy next week. Hang Seng traded above 15,500 mark. After having dipped below the 15,000 level on Tuesday for the first time since April 2009. Notorious. Thank you, buddy. Bitcoin rising wedge breakout coming. It might. I've seen Bitcoin's had a lot of support on it recently, and it had that nice little move yesterday. Yeah, Bitcoin's actually doing decent here. So stocks like Mara, Coin could actually be looking decent here. Now let's check this on the daily. Daily actually is looking good. So if we had Cryptagoras, the crypto version of Pythagoras, the predictive algorithm, I would say it probably would have triggered back here at around 18, 19,000. The 4 hour is probably looking pretty good on this thing. Yeah, 4 hour looks decent here. You could see upside to potentially 22,700. So I'm looking at that as more of a swing, not necessarily a day trade. And I think I've come to the conclusion with my trading style that I'm probably never going to be day trading crypto. But I will probably get into futures. That's probably where I'll go soon. DM, that's funny, buddy. DM, that was a good one. I like that one. That was a good one. All right, let's get Tessie up here, see how Tessie's doing. I mean, Tessie would have been a nice one out of the gate here. I was a little bit bearish coming out of the gate when I saw that price action. It chopped around, got me, and then I just proceeded to murder Nvidia. There you go. Been loading up on puts for the last 2 weeks, expiring deep into 2023. You got your parachute ready? That's not a bad idea. How much weight does a SPY 10-minute rim carry? I've never looked at it, so I would not know. What platform am I going to use for futures? I don't know yet. I'll see. It depends. I think TD lets you do it, so I'd probably just make a TD account, do it over there. That's what I would like to do. FDA denies marketing of Logic's menthol e-cigarette products. Watch MO Altria. Nothing yet. Apple back up. Nancy, I've still top ticked it, which is kind of sweet. Did I know? So here's the thing. I was looking at a specific gain on the contract, and that's where I set my order. So when it flashed to 133.88 on Nvidia on that nasty cross to the upside here, it just took me out. It happened to be the literal top. So it is what it is. Did I try and top tick it? I mean, it's always nice when you do, but SPY slowly melting. This looks similar to yesterday, honestly. So watch the potential move down to this 48. Procter & Gamble to offer nation's first vehicle to... Wait, that's PG&E. I'm pretty sure Pete... Is that not Procter? What's PCG? Did I mess that up? Oh, yeah, no, I don't know what this is. They're going to offer what? The first vehicle to grid export rate for commercial electric vehicles. That's kind of cool. Apple back up here. Remember, Apple has earnings tomorrow after hours. Insider selling activity on Airbnb the last 2 weeks. Dumped a ton. You smell blood in the water. When's their earnings? Yeah, again, pretty sure the UK gilt sales have been delayed 3 weeks. Did they? Oh, shit. Hold on. I did not see that come through. Hold on. That's really important. Oh, that was a week ago. Hold on. Said it had not decided to delay. The Financial Times said the Bank of England will probably push back the start of its gilt sales from its latest scheduled date of October 31st. I haven't. That's the most recent thing, a week ago. 6 hours ago, UK sale of 2029 gilts fetches weakest demand since March. 3 hours ago, budget statement pushed back, but I don't see anything on the actual gilt sales being pushed back. Futures look so much easier, just cost a lot more upfront. Well, it depends on if you're trading minis, micros, and if you're gonna chop around like this too. Like if like you don't have to deal with theta. That's really the most important piece here. Oh, Nancy tried to get a little move there and then got shot down. Yeah. This morning was weird though. This choppy action here, I really wasn't expecting. I thought we were gonna pick a direction pretty quick early on. I mean, I got myself out of the pickle after a little bit of a stop out, but again, at the end of the day, it's all about ending green, which we did. I love it. And again, if you guys want to hop in there with us, get all those live streams, get the curriculum, the alerts, Pythagoras, Invictus, the predictive algorithms, Trader Joe. The link is in the top of the live chat, but I got to make sure I'm not going to send you guys the restream link. And I think I just heard a bloop too. So check that link out right there. Who's the special guest? Ho, 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 ho. Who do you think it is? Everybody take a guess. But I'm going to bring him on in 3, 2, 1. What's up, pal?
Oh, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Much. Doing pretty good, man. I sent the I did end up going out and murdering in video, which was nice.
Man, those were nice runs this morning.
Oh yeah. They were fun. I was holding on. I was holding, man. I had to kind of flicker around and mess around with the stops, but at the end of the day, 42% win is a killer. But how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm ultimately waiting for the MACD to cross down. With the MACD crossing down on AMD, I'm going puts on AMD.
Don't kill my baby.
Well, hey, what goes up must come down.
That is true. The yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking about with all these stocks today, like especially Nvidia. It ended up being a top tick, which is always nice when that happens. But the reason for this little run here, personally, I think it's just extra shorts covering above 380 or 3800 on the SPX. I think some of them tried to hold their positions, waited that out to see if it would crack down below after earnings. And then they're still just slowly getting out of their positions here. I think upside 389, 390, and then back down is what I'm thinking.
Well, this is actually a very strong thesis. If we look at the SPY, I'm looking at the SPY on a daily, and that's really what I'm looking for. If we look at the SPY on a daily, we could see a couple of things. One, it's hit a level. That's one. Two, it's crossed on the MACD with the newer MACD settings.
Yeah, I don't have them here, but I have them on this one. I have them on this one.
Gotcha.
Right here, it's got it.
RSI is obviously showing strength above 50. And so, yes, you do have that momentum. Will it get stifled? Well, I guess we'll find out tonight going into tomorrow, and then tomorrow going into Friday, most definitely.
Tomorrow's huge, man. Like, people don't understand how big tomorrow is. Everybody's like, earnings. It's like, bro, you have GDP and the jobs report tomorrow morning too. It's crazy.
Yeah. Microsoft not doing too well, slower PC sales. And so for me, my thesis on the chip makers, which include NVIDIA and AMD, my thesis is that, Microsoft would definitely cause them to go down as well. There's really not much demand for NVIDIA graphics cards as it stands, especially with Ethereum changing, to proof of stake.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. It'll really be interesting to see how the chips, we got TSM, we got NVIDIA, we got AMD, but they're ultra sensitive to rising interest rates. And so what we got with the housing data earlier, it's like, well, I mean, it's a lagging indicator, of course.
Yeah.
But it just tells the Feds, like, we need to raise it some more. That's really what it tells the Feds. Also, interesting article that I came across. Included Nestle and I believe Procter Gamble.
Okay.
Right, where they actually made more selling less. So that is a clue that companies are in fact passing the cost over to the customer. Now, the analogy I made earlier on the stream was, let's say Just for simple maths here, you got 10 individuals, right, all buying something at $10, right? Then a company loses 10% in sales. So one individual drops out, right?
Hmm.
They then offset the cost by raising prices
Hmm.
11.2 to 11.3%, which is justifiable if you use inflation as a guise,
Hmm.
you see. So
You think
now
those?
what
We
we're
were talking about this yesterday. Are those prices ever going to come back down? Why would they?
why? Why? You see, now we talk about wage price spirals, but what you're seeing here are companies definitely taking advantage of allowing free roam to establish higher benchmarks and establish higher plateaus as to what will be normal selling price. You see, it's
Yep.
kind of like what the auto dealers did, where they were able to mark up their cars or have a dealer fee of 5, 10,000. That may just be the new norm. They've been
Hmm.
getting away with it, and dealerships have been making money hand over fist because of this. Do you really think that they want to give up that bread? I doubt it. I don't think so.
The only thing that I could see is if demand shifts at those higher prices. So if you see like demand ending up coming back down as things slowly come back to normal, they might bring prices down a little bit. But if you're a company and you see that the demand is still going to be relatively high and your margins are going to get better at those prices, there's no real reason to decrease them after they've brought them up. The other thing is, after Google and Microsoft, and especially Google with the advertising revenue, and we have Facebook after hours today, what do you
They're going to
think?
get slaughtered.
See,
Apple,
that's what
oh,
I don't know. It's so close. It's like, oh, they might just sandbag it and somehow metaverse the shit out of it. I don't know.
well. See, here's the thing. Like, there's also that relationship between AMD and Nvidia empowering those metaverses, right?
Yeah.
But do you have who was the Apple exec who said just flat out, yeah, I don't see myself working in a metaverse, and like it's
Dude,
just
I
like,
think the
and I think
metaverse
a
is
lot of
such
people
bullshit.
agree with that, right? It's just like, as far as I go, as Instagram filters, you mean to tell me that we're going to go deeper into deep fake reality? No, it just I just don't get it. I don't.
I saw like a demonstration where it was like you put the goggles on and then you had like more work screens. And I was like, okay, how about just buy another fucking screen? Like, what's the problem? Like, you're just taking more steps to get to the same result. And then you got to wear those fat ass goggles on your face and look stupid. It's
Yeah,
like
it looks
everybody's gonna
stupid.
have like a weird like. I
Yeah.
personally don't like it. But you never know because that is something that people do like to look at a lot. In terms of like innovative tech, and it's like, okay, well, depending on how that's valued in the marketplace is what it's going to be at the end of the day. Like if everybody thinks that that's going to be something good, then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it might be. I can still sit here and say that it's bullshit, but it doesn't mean that there's not money to be made.
The only thing I could see use for it is remote workers who really don't have a dedicated workspace. Got a complete mess in the background there. They put on their goggles, everyone's in a virtual space, and
Yeah,
so literally you can be productive while you're on the toilet. That's fucking wild to me. Just imagine that.
dude, it's like Wally. You ever see the movie Wally, where they're like
I love
riding around in those
Wally.
chairs? And they're just all overweight. They all got virtual reality. It's like I don't like any of this. This is silly.
It's pretty wild. It is pretty
We're not,
wild.
yeah, guys. We're not saying play Facebook earnings. We're just going over what we think could happen in really bringing it back into how's that going to affect the overall market. I mean, I've said this a lot. I think my ability, especially now, over these last couple of months, to just absolutely murder the intraday moves is much more. It's a much smarter strategy than trying to just hit earnings. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Look what's happening to my friend here.
Oh, there she
AMD.
goes.
There she goes. I'm waiting for that first red on the histogram there. And then, yes, we full send it. We look at the QQQ, and very much the same thing, right? Everything seems to be following the SPY. So this is going to be interesting. It will be interesting to see what 2 o'clock brings. Yesterday, we saw the massive dump. Uh, actually, closer
Right at
to
the end of the
about
day.
I want to say like 3:45 is when you really started seeing it. Like, all right, let's trap these guys, right? And that's when I started getting puts on a SPY. I'm like, okay, I know this thing's gonna tank, and I played the SPY all the way up until 415. Remember, I told you I was playing
Yeah.
the 384 puts,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, I bought some 384s. I bought some 381s, and it just died. I'm like,
There you go. Yeah,
patience, guys.
yesterday I had a more consistent day in terms of gains than I did today. I think yesterday was a little bit nicer across the board. I've been trying to catch these moves early, which again, with that new stop loss strategy that I'm using, it's I would highly recommend everybody to start incorporating it into your strategy. It gives you so much confidence to hit these plays with no hesitation in allowing yourself to lock in these base hits and let the trades run. I have continued my green streak. It's 9 or 10 days in a row. I'd have to look at it, but it's 9 or 10 days in a row of account green. Just
We've created a monster.
yeah.
Look at him. Good
Don't
boy.
don't come at me. I will just come in here, sit around, and just make a bunch of money in the market. I've literally also just been trading Nvidia and SPY. It's just like bing, 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 easy.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Um, will you play meta today, or you're just gonna wait for?
No, no, I've had there. I think it was
Oh,
2 quarters ago I did, and it was like I think it was like a 3,000% gain on puts or something crazy. I'm not really all that jazzed up about playing earnings. It's just not. I'd rather just wait for the moves after and then play them as they come.
yes, yes. Wait for
That's
the
kind of
move
what I'm
after.
looking at there.
As it stands right now, Meta has an actionable signal. We have a put signal on Meta.
Ooh,
Right. This does not mean you go willy nilly, guys. You still have to respect this level here, which has been established, and that level is going to be 132.18. Also,
yeah,
for technical traders, what they're keeping an eye on is this right here, RSI. Now, RSI, does it have room to dip further? Absolutely. But as it stands right now, it's 32.45. This starts pitching up and ends up trapping you here, right?
yes.
So, yes, we have to be careful here with this level. But so far, this put is definitely just panning out. All right. So, this would be like a quick scalp, although I probably wouldn't play it.
I'm
I
guessing that was an Invictus play there. Um,
Okay.
that would be my projection there because if you look and see the dollar amount of what it's already come down, I mean, from the high, it's already moved $3. That's a large move. So on this right now, if I was looking to trade this move, I would be waiting for a retest and then confirming a move back to the downside. Because it's already made a giant move. And like we say a lot, you don't want to be the one that is coming in and providing exit liquidity for everybody else. Could you quick scalp it? Yes. In my opinion, I like to be the one that's getting in as early as possible so that when all the other idiots try to come in and just like chase something, I'm already out. I'm selling to them.
Well, in this situation, RSI came in for the win because
Yeah.
RSI broke below its moving average. And this happened at 11:35 a.m. So,
Yeah, right
you
here.
know, yeah, you could.
And that MACD coming down. I bet the new MACD gave it to you even quicker. Oh, right
Well,
here.
the new MACD started showing you weakness, right?
Right.
Weakness in the momentum, right? So RSI was leading the way on this one. And then it leads you ultimately to the cross, in which we have right here, and we have we have strong momentum
Mhm.
uh, as it stands with the MACD. But again, I respect all levels. You have
Yeah.
to.
I mean, that's the way you got to do it. Like what I was looking at today on Nvidia it was just play it up to the level. If it wants to get that 133 breakout, it does. If it doesn't, I mean, I've already locked it in. That's all I was looking at there. SPY's moving down to that 48 here. This could be, so yesterday we were talking about a closing candle down below this 13 on a little rejection here, played a VWAP. In this scenario, if you rode this thing from what 386.35, you get a dollar move on the SPY. That's not bad. Let's see. Oh, the AR guy hit it. Fuck yeah, buddy. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Google missed on ads, oof, poor Meta. Yeah, I know. I think the only thing that I'm thinking about for Facebook is that everybody's going to be expecting that. And the market always loves to throw a curveball at everybody. Like yesterday, we were looking at the dollar dying, the 10-year dying, like Apple shooting up above that key level. And in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, they're baiting me. They're trying to bait me. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with Facebook. I'm like, is Google going to give or is everybody going to load up on the puts and pump the IV? That's the other thing. Facebook's pricing in so much because it's moved a lot on earnings.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. Do we see the market die later?
If it slips VWAP, it could.
Which is that wait.
384.87. That's not bad.
I can't
wait. What's the new stop loss strategy I'm talking about? I posted the video on it. It's on my channel right now. It's how to steal from market makers, the most profitable stop loss strategy. I can throw that in there though for you guys again.
All right. Nibbler is saying, so no one's answering my question about the importance of the diesel shortage. Well, I haven't been really following that, to be honest.
I mean, if there's a gas shortage, I mean, if you're talking about the SPR, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, I mean, I think I saw something earlier, it was at super low levels historically. I mean, that's why oil's running today.
Yeah. So STB, do you have a video that just breaks down the stop loss strategy step by step?
Yeah, it's out. It's out. Yeah, it's out right now. I added everybody in the Discord the day I posted out, and I've been talking about it a lot. I can throw it, I think, in the chat here if you guys want to see it. But it's a couple videos back. I made it last week, so a lot of people have been using that and having a lot of success with it.
Yes, AMD aggressively coming down right now. Looks to you do have a level of support on AMD at 60.55. So just expect some support at that level there. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
It might do it. SPY is kind of fucking around here. Again, I like to trade the morning. I usually let it. I usually just burn it in the afternoon, but it doesn't mean there's not money to be made. It's just what I find works for me.
Yeah.
Gabe, you'll do it whenever. You'll be like, oh, chart says puts, boom, hit
it. Well, I mean, my time is limited as far as actually trading. So essentially what I've been doing is just playing the villain. You guys are used to me playing the villain, right? So I play the villain, and for me, it's, I mean, just the psychology of it, right? It's harder to risk money than it is to secure the bag, right? Well, I mean, a lot of you guys are struggling with that in the Discord, and we say secure the bag, right? So, but in my mind, I'm saying, okay, yeah, put your money in. Run it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for you guys to say like, yeah, we've made enough today. We're going to start selling. And that's when I'm coming in, and it's put season. For me, I just like to play the way down.
I think that's a good dynamic too, because I'll play the first move. I always love to play the first trend of the market. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little spicy, I'll play both of them. But you get those like two legs. Like if you see the market run crazy, you typically are going to see it come back down in the afternoon. If you see it tank, you can see it run back up in the afternoon. But I like the morning. And again, I think it's more so in my mind, if I've already made money, I don't want to risk the profits that I've already made. If I look at the compound interest calculator and I'm like way over the percentage goal for the day, I'm burning it.
Yeah. As for SPY, someone's asking about the SPY. I have a couple of levels here. I do have a level That's sitting at about right where that wick touched, right? So we're looking at like 384 and change. And you break that level, then we're also then looking at 384.31, right? Um, there's a lot of momentum coming into this, though, which I find really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of momentum coming into this. So RSI is below 50, which is confirming the trend to the downside. MACD is not holding back. We have deep red on the histogram bars, and things are essentially trending down. You could see like the algos do recognize this level. You see it's like, no, 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 we're here. Go green, go green. And you could see how the RSI just pivoted up. What you want to be conscious of is RSI pivoting and then making a move back to 50, which means that it's found strength at this level and will bounce. All right. So, but as it stands right now, it looks like it will break below this level.
Yeah, if Spy right now is fighting VWAP at 384.87. It's currently at 385.06. If it ends up slipping down below there, I haven't seen any real crazy news to drive this price action to the downside right now. But if it wants to come down, it wants to come down, and we'll be right here to take full advantage of it. Again, guys, if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the way in, helps us out a whole lot here. And if you want these streams all the time, I mean, you guys know where to find us. We got some
Yeah.
crazy stuff coming too. That link is at the top of the live chat if you guys do want to come in. But Gabe and I have been cooking with the tea.
Yeah. We've been cooking with Crisco.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just want to address something. No, we don't do follow trades.
No.
We have alerts that provide assist and assist you in, I guess, taking an actionable trade. I think that is very, very, very different from saying, hey, buy this, sell here, buy here. Now, that's giving financial advice. That's something we don't do. We empower you with learning a system, a trading system.
Mm-hmm.
And by virtue of that empowerment, it's ultimately your choice whether you want to stay within this community and follow our alerts and or say like, okay, well, I've learned quite possibly, the best trading strategy out there. And I'm going to go ahead and Lone Ranger by myself and just do it by myself. Hey, that's your choice. But you come here for the education, you come here for the alerts, and you also come in for the bleeding edge in tech because we have, you know, our IT staff. I like to believe that there's none other out there.
Oh yeah,
Especially
no.
yeah, yeah, especially in the world of discords. No, there's none other like our staff, and we believe in them and we invest in them, and you guys will reap the benefits to some of the crazy stuff we're working on. Oh,
I
it's
said
gonna
it.
be wild.
I said it this morning. I was like, it's in phases. I was like, phase 1 is coming. Then there's phase 2, 3, and 4. And it progressively gets cooler. Like Pythagoras and Invictus, when those things came out, it was great. Awesome tools, most powerful tools that retail has right now to make money. But the new
Yeah.
stuff coming out is better, in my opinion, by a magnitude of 10. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Yes.
cool. Let me see here. Oh, that SPY slipped there too. Same thing with AMD.
Yeah.
Everything's starting to bend around there. Woo, baby.
See, this is what I play. This is what I like to play. What
Mm-hmm.
goes up comes down.
Yeah.
You know. So that's really how I've been playing over the past month and a half. Really allows me to be defensive. You see.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and then going off of what you were saying about the follow trading stuff, this is why it's bad. It creates bad habits because if I come out here and you're new and I say buy this, you buy something, you're putting your money at risk, it can fluctuate all around. And you have no idea what the context is. You have no idea what you're doing. You're looking at it and you're like, it doesn't give you any confidence in the move because if you don't know why you're entering, how are you going to know why you're exiting? It doesn't make any sense. So when we teach you the skills, it's really cool because we have people like Sam. Sam's in here all the time. and he'll just like I've told you guys this before. Sam will read the charts in the same way that I do, and then we'll just like we'll like regroup after, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I had this," and I was like, "Dude, I had the exact same thing." I had this
Yeah.
this expiration date entered here, sold here, and it's like weird how it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very. You know what? I mean, when you have that type of oh, okay, this actually brings up something interesting, right? So I was reading yesterday that an individual can learn a new skill within 20 hours, right? And then they can reach mastery as a leader in the subject matter with 10,000 hours, right?
Yeah.
And so by virtue, you guys really think about it, right? But what's really happening is that we're all sharing the same Wi-Fi network where we're all pretty much thinking the same because we're very, very disciplined in our strategy and how we navigate the strategy and what we tell you guys to do. So by virtue of just rocking and rolling with us, each and every day, well, we have two Discord only streams,
Mhm.
for an hour or more. I would say with confidence through repetition, you pick up on the strategy and you become a very you become a profitable trader with about 20 hours of exposure.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I think it would take you around 20 hours to like learn the actual skill and the method and have mastery of it. In my opinion, like I think that like 80% of trading is like risk management, money management, and then your mindset. So the psychological aspects of it. Um,
Yeah.
because you can read you and I can read the same chart and I could have some amount of money at risk. If I have more money at like for me at risk than I'm comfortable with, then I'm more likely to do something stupid with that trade. And if the money that you're using is like something that you're completely used to and it goes down like 5%, you're like, oh yeah, whatever. And then it comes back up and you make a bunch of money on it. So it varies person by person, but it's the risk management and mindset aspect of trading that is going to set you apart from everybody else.
Yes, yes. Also, just a tidbit for those who, are learning whether I mean, I know this is a public stream, so whether you're learning 1348 or you're just learning how to trade or beginning, don't look at dollar amounts, look at percentages and never look
Mhm.
back.
Yep.
I live in a world of percentages because I'm pretty sure if I look at dollar amounts, I would probably scream sometimes. Like,
Yeah, the thing is like Gabe's percentages, if like he showed you the dollar amount sometimes, you'd all lose your fucking minds. You'd be like, "You did what today?"
yeah,
But
it's
that's
different.
not necessarily the important part because you've been doing this for years.
Yeah,
It's the percentage that actually matters, and that's basically like universal across the board. It's like 10, 15, 20%, that's universal. If you're trading with 200 grand in a position and you make 10%, you just made 20 grand. But if you're trading with $200, you made 20 bucks.
$20. Yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing. It's being
But
able to have those money management skills and the ability to maneuver the markets as you start to scale up your portfolios.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. Dev made 80% on the spy today. What?
Ooh, there you go. I don't know
Jesus.
how you did that. It sounds like you're playing 0 days, which is not something that I would say you wanna be doing, but good for you. Great. Awesome. L
Yeah,
Hopefully, you're out of the trade. Like, I really like, dude, 0 days? I haven't touched 0 days in, like, a long
yeah.
time. I don't like them.
I
Like, they're just too stressful for me. Even if I'm trading with a low dollar amount, it's like, I just don't like them.
yeah. My puts are printing like all hell right now. But um I'm also staying away from O days or 0 days. I'm not doing that. Um, for me, it's like again, I'm just trading defensively, right? So if I guess wrong, I want to also allow myself time to get out of the position.
Mhm.
You know, if you're playing 0 day expiration and she pops up like 40 cents on you, then you already hit your stop loss. Um,
Yeah, that's the
so
other, especially with new people, because they'll see 0 day and they'll be like, "Oh, the percentages can be awesome." But the problem is they're not used to navigating their broker, perfecting their entries, and you'll see these weird flash candles come, and on a 0 day, you're instantly down 30%, and you're like, "Fuck, I couldn't even get out at my stop loss."
yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
I almost avoid them altogether. Unless I'm, like, really trying to have a little bit of fun with a small dollar amount, and I'm like, "All right, whatever," and, like, it's very rare that I do it. And I tell you guys all the time, it's like, if you ever see me post a screenshot of a 0 day, it's such a small percentage of my portfolio. It's less than 1%. Like today,
yeah.
I was trading next week NVIDIAs. Yesterday, I was trading next week NVIDIAs. On SPY, I'm trading Friday or Monday. Like I'm giving myself enough time. And you guys see them on my Twitter all the time. It's like 30%, 40%. You don't need to be trading dailies. You don't need to do it.
No, no, you don't. Oh my God. AMD forgot what it was doing this morning, and I love it.
Oh, there it goes. Dude, the NVIDIA chart right here. Look at the candle that I sold it on. It's this one.
Yeah, we now have a put signal on the 5 minute with AMD.
Yeah.
Um, on the 5 minute, you are in oversold territory, so probably don't want to chase. You probably will see a little relief bounce and then a continuation. Oh man, the
This is
market!
dirty,
What a
dude.
fun place to be.
Dude,
What a fun
we're
place.
always having fun making money. I was looking through the gains channel today, and it was just it was filthy, man. It was filthy. DM Ohio made 50% on Ford calls. I don't even
Are
want
you
to know what that.
serious?
Yeah, it was an Invictus play. Oh my god. Like if you guys haven't seen DM Ohio lurking around, if he says he made 50% on a play, that's a teacher's salary, most likely. So
Yeah, yeah. DM Ohio is yeah. I I, I almost want to say he probably trades with more than I do in any one position.
he might.
Yeah.
I think it depends.
Ah.
He could. He could. I've seen some big ones.
Yeah.
I've seen some big ones. Um, it's yeah. STV's been hacked if he's trading 0 days, most likely. It's you can. It's like there are a couple strategies that use them. It's not for me though. It's because again, we talk a lot about risk management and mindset trading psychology. If you don't have your risk management so laser focused locked in, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Let's see. Why don't we go over stocks to watch and targets for the morning? We don't
Oh,
do
I
that.
do. I do every morning.
He does it in the morning at market open,
Every
correct?
morning, 8:45. That's what we do.
Yeah. But right now, to give you stocks to watch now, no, no, no way.
Yeah, it wouldn't make much sense now. I mean,
Yeah.
this is just how I trade. I usually don't take anything to the like
Yeah.
in the afternoon, but you can if you want to. Usually this is when the market slows down a little bit. We are getting a nice move to the downside here. I would say that the SPY is probably gonna, if it comes down any further, you'll see that 200 EMA bounce. If you zoom out a little bit, ever since that break above that 365, it has not broken down below this 5 minute 200 EMA. So you saw it this morning. It was flirting with it. It couldn't get. Why does it fucking do this? And then you might see it bounce up over here. Um, no, Sean is in the
It's
Discord. Yeah, I do go over those
funny.
every day. Usually what we like to cover is a lot of like the big names: Spy, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple. But when anybody asks for targets, I always give them out. They're always there. You got to ask. I can't just like go through every single stock and be like, this is where it could go up. This is down. You're up
Yeah.
40% on AMC puts, Tabasco Dave. This is Wall Street, Dr. Burry. If you give us free money, we are going to take it. But again, if you guys do want to come to those, there's that link right there.
Uh, yeah. How many days out should a play be? Well, we have rules. If you're starting on Monday, if you're playing for Monday, then you could play the first Friday expiration.
Mhm.
Once you hit Wednesday, which is like today, what we call Wednesdays are basically 30 data burn Wednesdays, right? So it's just that midpoint where data starts to accelerate going into Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, and Friday, right?
Mhm.
So on Wednesdays, what I like to do is play the following Fridays. Now I know STB plays really, really, really conservatively and plays. It doesn't matter where he's at. He's going to probably play 2 weeks out.
On Mondays I play the weekly, so I'll play that Friday if it's a single stock. But once it hits, like yesterday, I was trading next week's too. I just like the way that they move, and with the stop loss strategy, if you see that trade go up between 6 and 10%, it needs a pretty big move to come back down and get you back to even. That's the way I like to do it. Um, and honestly, a really big banger trade, a home run, is 30-40% as I've scaled out and let the thing ride. If it
Oh
goes up
yeah,
higher, great, cool. I don't care.
yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any context for this simultaneous death here. Who said what, when? What did the algos pick up? Because
You know what it is? It could just be reshorting. It could be more shorts entering. Because remember, 2 weeks ago, where were we? 348, 347. You see this
yeah,
basically almost a $40 move off the lows.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think that's just a lot of shorts coming in.
Oh, spicy, 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 spicy.
I know.
Um, so this put play with, well, I mean, AMD turned out to be a put. Again, the anatomy in this play for me, I'll explain to you guys. I saw consolidation, and then I saw the rejection from this level with price action, and then I saw RSI just completely just break down. Knowing that there was already weakness here in the histogram with the MACD, and you had a convergence, a gradual convergence, this was happening. That sort of kind of like clued me in. Also, again, just a little common sense of what goes up must come down,
Mhm.
right? I don't understand the whole moon mindset, especially with the context of just the world right now. The world is it's just a shitty place to be in right now.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I am a bear. I'm legitimately a bear right now, and that's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for indications to the downside.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think I've said this a lot that I'm going to be overall bearish and very, very careful with long positions until we get to terminal rates and we see what the data says then. When we see that, then I might switch it up a little bit, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to play calls when things are going up. That's like I think that's what people sometimes don't understand. Like I can be bearish and very cautious. Same with like both of us. We're going to be bearish on the market and say, okay, well things don't look good, but we also acknowledge the fact that these short-term rallies are going to happen.
yeah, yeah. Quick question. Uh, just really thinking, did Canada raise their rates, or were they
Uh,
scheduled to raise rates today, or was that for tomorrow?
I believe they did 50 today. I saw that come through the feed.
Okay.
So they raised by 50, but they've typically kind of they've been a little bit under. They haven't been as aggressive, I don't think, as the US. Different situation though. Different country, different situation.
Yeah. Yeah. 50 basis points, huh? There's
Yeah.
only like 20
Thoughts on
million
mid-December
orders
SPY
right
puts?
now. So
Any swings right now? Gabe and I have been talking about this a lot. If you're gonna be swing trading, it's a difficult market to do it in. You're seeing a lot of overnight gap ups and gaps down.
yeah.
If I were to do it, this is again, you guys are hearing the conservative. I'm just trying to lock in things and make sure that I'm protecting myself. I'm going at least 2.5 months out to expiration.
Yes. Sean Kearney, me, I typically don't message anybody in the Discord.
Yeah,
To be honest, if you want to reach out to me, you could on Twitter. Yeah.
you can't
My
wait
my
for.
my inbox is relentless in
Yeah,
Discord, man. Just like, oh my god.
yeah. Yeah.
Thoughts on?
Sean joined, I think, last week. Sean, if you want to come on for a one-on-one, buddy,
Oh
we're more than welcome to
yes,
have you, buddy.
yes. Wait, today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. If we're doing them today, I do have a person that does want to come on, but I also then
You
let's
know
see.
what? Let's make the one-on-ones public today. Let's get
You want to do them
started.
now?
One-on-ones are at 2 o'clock.
Okay, we can do one-on-ones at 2.
Unless somebody wants to jump in right now. I mean, Sean, if you want to jump in now, if you're ready, we could help you right now.
Let's do it. Yeah, I think Emily wanted to come back on here too. Kelly's break even on a Rivian put. Thoughts? I'll take a look at it here.
All right. I have a
looks
blue
like it's
pill
about to
line right
break.
there.
What's up?
We have a blue pill line right there. That's at 34.30.
On Rivian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right there. I would say you're maybe a little bit more green now, but Spy's making its way down to that 200. I would be careful if Spy gets a nice big 200 EMA bounce here. But this thing could slip a little bit here. It's just kind of rimming.
All right. So Rivian. Okay. So Kelly, like I play on the side of just caution here. You do have this level right here. There you go. The candle's reacting to that level. You also have RSI going ahead and moving in on its moving average. I would say close your position now. Again, not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do, but just the looks on the chart here, right? MACD getting weaker here as well.
Well, think about it like this, Kelly. This is how I would view it. If you're looking at it in terms of a trend, how do we like to view these rims? Well, it hit the 13 here, broke down. It's coming up, potentially hitting the 13 here. So the way that I view risk is that sometimes if it gets above this 13 and closes, that's usually an indication that the momentum is changing. Spy is not really doing a whole lot right now. And then I personally don't really like to trade it. Again, these things have already made big moves. So you're trying to catch it at the tail end and almost hoping that something comes and happens here. Again, with Rivian puts, if it was an Invictus play, you probably would have been in up here. If you played the cross, you're still above the 200s. So that's not really following the rules there.
Yeah. Yeah. As it stands here with the RSI, I mean, you do have some separation there. I mean, like if you break even, protect your break even. Absolutely.
Right.
If you know, scared money don't make money at this point. I mean, this is just definitely a coin flip. So be careful here.
Yeah.
You know, I've been toying with RSI, basically different lengths. I've been playing with the 9, the 11, and the 14. I really like, I like the responsiveness of the 11. So again, just toying with that. By default, it's 14. So.
I like the new MACD a lot.
Oh yeah,
I've been using that. I like that a lot.
The MACD was responsible for my damn near 500% month. Yeah. And then I was like, Eureka, okay, time to share with everybody. Like,
yeah, that was dirty. If you guys, what did it end up being? I thought I saw it at 600% at one point. I know it was at least 400. That was a crazy month.
Yeah. I went extra risky towards the end. I mean, I flirted with 600. I closed about 550, but you know, at that point, I was just like, okay, let's have fun.
That's nasty. 550% in a month. That's filthy.
Marky Mark says he's got to learn to trust a new MECD. Absolutely, repetition, guys. That's all it takes. All it takes. And you know, we advise anybody who jumps in, you know, paper trade account, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And if you still have that itch to use real money, even though we advise you not to, just trade really small. Log your losses. No, log your losses. When you first get started, you're gonna lose your ass. No. Some actually get really lucky. They go ahead and they're like green, right? And
It's
then
because they keep it
they
simple. They're
just
just like, boom, hit it.
yeah. They get that dopamine. They get that dopamine hit, and then just start doing like weird, stupid things.
Yeah.
And then start deviating from the system, right? But whether it's paper trade or just a small amount of real cash, right? Log your errors. I can't stress this enough. I don't give a crap about your winning trades. I want to know your losing trades,
Hmm.
right? Um,
The losers are going to teach you a lot more than the winners.
absolutely.
And the other thing too is I like to say if you are going to be paper trading, I would use it to learn the strategy and how to navigate your broker, and then once you're able to, you know what the strategy is, you know exactly what you're doing, how to navigate buying, selling, setting stops, things like that. Um, I would switch over to a live account, but trade with a smaller amount of money than you initially think you want to trade with, because
Yes.
the psychological and emotional aspects you're not going to get from paper trading, and you need to be able to feel how you behave in those types of situations so that you can then find your sweet spot. What expiration dates do you like? What time of the day do you like to trade? Do you like to trade the reversals, or do you like to trade the initial move? There's certain
Yeah.
things that are not things like, because we do it in Gabe and I will trade in slightly different ways. It's the same core. It's just we are different people and we like to trade in slightly different ways.
Yeah.
But you have to find out what works for you, because if your emotions are going to get all out of whack, your heart rate starts going higher, you're going to do something stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Gabe and Vix, can you look at the SQQQ? Tell me what you see and where you think it could go up or down. I mean,
I mean, this thing's just pumping off of the lows. I mean, you have the cross, it's running up here. If it could end up coming up and breaking the highs if the SPY ends up coming down here, but this is essentially the inverse of QQQ. So
yeah, it is
then,
the
then I
inverse.
would just default and say, well, SPY easily could come down to this 200 EMA here, which would then pump SQQQ up even more, potentially to day highs, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
but I'm looking at it a little differently, but the same core. But for me, I have my levels drawn out on the blue pill,
Hmm.
and right now you do have resistance at 51.65 with RSI just overextended a little bit, right? So if you took this call, you're profitable. Take your money.
Yeah, right here. You had a nice little 40-cent move. So Sean,
Take.
when you say show me what's like what I'm looking at, make sure that you watch the curriculum videos, man. Those are there for a reason. We want everybody to go through those curriculum videos to understand everything that we're teaching. If you then have further questions, come in here and ask. But look, cross here, closing candle above the 200, 51.16, runs up to 51.57. You can scale out there if you wanted to. You get this MACD flipping up here as well. Everything's looking good as it was coming up above here. Would I hit it now? Probably not. It depends on where the market wants to go. Again, SPY's already made a big move. This thing has made a big move off the lows. I would say that was a scalp above the 200 there.
Yeah, before we jump into Apple here, these are where I have my levels, right? So the way I would trade is I would trade into a level, secure the bag, right? So profit is intentional. Always make sure profit's intentional, guys. Okay.
Mhm.
My profit would be intentional right here. And then we wait for a candle to break into this area. From there, we're looking at RSI and how it's behaving, maintaining strength above 60. MACD, again, maintaining strength to the upside. ADX also showing strength. But for me, I would probably exit here and then re-enter with a small position here. And then ultimately the goal would be, 5201. That will be your next level. But for me, my profits are intentional. And when you guys make your profits intentional, I promise you the market will never fuck you ever
Mhm.
because your profits are intentional. Right. So you guys will hear me say time and time again that I play my levels and I secure the bag always. I do not, I'm not here oh, could it? Will it?
Right.
Nah, no, that's not what we do.
Right. Boric has a good comment here. Wanted to say thank you for the one-on-one sessions. Been positive ever since. Been more mindful of all the levels and be more patient with your entrances. Boric, good shit, dude. There we go. There we go. Yeah, SPY did cross. It's chopping a little bit here. It's chopping a little bit. Let's see. Apple getting a little bit of a death candle there too. Oh, my Apple level is not here. Oh, there it is. Back down below 150. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Man, AMD just AMD just died.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I feel very good about my NVIDIA top tick today then. I sold the top. I love doing that.
I love it. I love it. We have a level on AMD that's going to be 59.13. But my oh my.
Let's see. This could get interesting. This could get really interesting. It's okay, SV. I'm holding AMD long also. That's fine. I'm up over 400% on AMD shares.
Oh, wow.
It's not scaring me. I'll be fine. It's okay. Market's going to do what the market's going to do. Let's see. Here comes SPY. That SQQQ is probably coming up a little bit. Apple slipping a little lower here. Ooh, 149.50. Ah! Ah! Death! All right, guys. Again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button on the stream. We're almost at 200 likes. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Thank you. The midday crew's been great. 21% on AMC puts. There you go, MB Doctor.
Ooh. That's filthy. That's filthy. Oh my.
Let's see.
You think bulls are just trapped?
I think the people that are buying up here are a bit silly. I think that the people that are putting serious money at these higher levels are one, gambling, two, don't understand macroeconomics and all of the catalysts that we have right now. The smart move is to wait and be cash. We have earnings. We have Bank of England selling bonds. We have, what do you call it? GDP tomorrow, jobs report, PCE inflation on Friday. There's a lot of data coming out that can really mess with the market over here. So, I mean, the short-term trades can be good, but it's risky. Damn, I wish I switched to puts after I sold those NVIDIAs.
Someone asked for the anatomy of the trade, Austin Burton. Let me just do this really, really quickly with AMD. You can apply this to pretty much any equity, any ETF, pretty much any trade. Okay. So basically what I'm always looking for, I'm looking for market enthusiasm. I'm looking for just money that doesn't make sense. And then I'm looking for a period of consolidation, which we had here. Right now we're on a 5 minute. So we had consolidation for almost an hour at about 45 minutes here. From there, what we saw was RSI finally gave up, and you could see multiple attempts on the RSI. It was attempting to break above its moving average. It just really didn't quite have it. Now, what you also saw was the MACD. Now, guys, these aren't your standard MACD settings. These MACDs are 22, 50, 52, and 18 period. Now,
24, again, I think. Isn't it 24?
Yeah, it's 24, 52, 18. Now, the thing here is you could already see the histogram already apexed, and you could see that dying momentum there. Alongside RSI is telling you the same story. So by virtue of RSI breaking below the moving average, I said to myself, all right, cool. I'm going to play this. And what I started doing was I was looking at price action. Does it break below the 13? Well, holy hell, the 13 is now converging onto the 48 rather aggressively. From there on, it was like all I had to contend with was the 200 EMA. But by that time, the MACD and the RSI was already giving me the ultimate clue. Like, yeah, we're just going to break right through this, which tells me that this move here just was really nothing other than what STV had a thesis on it. You said short covering is that what you believe, or
Yeah, above 380 were a couple of key levels for these shorts to get squeezed out. And we also saw like a shitload, like a lot of these funds were positioning net short in a really, really big way. So I was thinking if we could see, and I also thought that 380 key psychological level here too was going to get defended pretty hard today. We were talking about that in the morning stream, and I was like, they might try to bring it down there, but I could easily see a bounce off of that level, and then it's off to the races. You didn't get there. You hit 381, what? The low of the day, 381.35. And then it just ran. I mean, we can see what happens now, but up at those levels, that 387.50, that's new short territory right there.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
AMD's dying, Nvidia's dying, Spy's dying. Spy still hasn't cracked that 200. It's at what? 382.98, right around there. Facebook, that Facebook trade did well. It just never did the retest. So again, wouldn't have been something that I would. It felt chasey. Whenever I feel something is chasey when it's already made a big move, I usually stay away.
Yeah,
But that was a good one there. Nice little cross, bing here on this candle. What is it? Let's say you get the bottom of this candle, 132.21. You get a $2 move to the downside. There you go. Printing.
oh my god. You guys should be printing like all hell. Listen, I don't dude, we're so red, these candles are looking like Haikanashi.
That's true.
That's how red we are.
Dude, on AMD, how long has this been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 5-minute red candles in a row. That's
Jesus.
nasty. Oh, Apple knife candle there. Oh, Apple's knifing right now. Ooh.
Who's having fun? I'm having fun.
25% on AMD and out. Grape Ape. There you go, buddy. Make that money and go chill.
Take that money. Oh my god.
Dude, you guys are killing it. That's the thing. Like, the results speak for themselves. If you guys aren't in there yet, we'll see you soon. We will see you soon.
This is wild.
This is getting nutty here. It's tempting me, but I don't want to do it. But nah.
This is absurd. I love it though.
Murdered some calls this morning, murdering some puts now. Not a hedge fund. There you go, buddy. Nothing else to enter right now. It's chasing. I would agree. Unless the SPY really confirms down below the 200, which it is right now. It could flash up. But Nancy's getting that move down now, finally. 8 for 8 wins, 20% and 130% using 1348 and some other indicators I like to use. There you go, man. Dude, isn't it great seeing all these people printing? I'm so proud of everybody.
I love it.
Those of you guys that have like come in, taken the shot on us and in our community since what, January. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, those guys who are taking a shot at us, like whatever, ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Yep. Let's see. You literally mentioned SCV on the morning stream. I'm tempted to wait until the afternoon and the it begins tomorrow. No more morning trading. It depends. I like the morning. The morning was fun today. You had to maneuver it a little bit. Especially with Nvidia and some of these SPY moves here. I mean, SPY never came close to that 13. This move on Nvidia was a bit annoying here, but this candle kind of confirmed it for me to the upside. You guys are the best. Thank you, Dev. I appreciate that. 13.8 equals a money cheat code. There you go, man. No, sell me hopium. I will not be doing that. Notorious. All this death without the dollar going up. The dollar's not moving. This is weird. Well, it is from the lows here. Not much, but the dollar is trying to head up here. What is it, the 10-year? No. This is weird. This move is a little bit funky. You're not really seeing like the dollar or the bond starting to move, which is interesting. They usually do. Oh, 29 likes away from 200. I appreciate that, team. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. 20% on SPXU. There you go. There you go.
I love it.
Dude, they are slaughtering it here. Let's see. VIX is still hanging out too. See, that's been a weird move too. The VIX has been moving around funky as well. Huh.
All right. So with AMD, I think anybody in a play, again, not financial advice, but I would say close the position, just considering what's happening on the 1 minute.
Is it tapping?
The MACD getting thin and weaker on the 1 minute. If you look at AMD, so go ahead and just secure that bag, especially if you made King's ransom here. All right.
Let's see. Gabe, I think you need a new mic.
You think I need a new mic?
Unless, I think, because it cuts in and out sometimes. It like gets really quiet and then comes back.
That's interesting.
Let's see. 8% AMC puts. Let's see. SPY just broke the 200.
Can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you okay now, yes.
Okay. Good.
Let's see. Can't wait for the crash back into the bear market. This is just a little bear market rally. I mean, this is still bear market here. I mean, if you're thinking about it in terms of like levels, what is it, like 382 is what you're thinking about? Like the threshold to be like, oh, we're in a bear market from the highs. Yeah, I think it was 382, something around there. Let's see if SPY makes that move down. AMD's trying to move back up here. I mean, the thing is that if we were looking at this move down here, that closing candle below the 13 is what I probably would have tried to do to front run it, scaled out at VWAP, and then saw what happened. I just didn't want to put any more money at risk today. But we did call it like yesterday. That VWAP yesterday, this one was interesting. If you scroll back to yesterday, this move here was the one that we were talking about on stream. This closing candle break here down to VWAP bounce. That was the trade there. There just wasn't really enough room on it. This one was a little bit better. It had some more room. Let's see.
There you go.
Money, money, money. Every day is payday with my boys. Grape Ape. Facts, dude.
Absolutely. So, guys, now you guys understand how I utilized the 1 minute. You saw me utilize it in real time. The 1 minute dictated my exit. So there you go. Now you're back on a 5 minute and you got your bounce.
Bink. There it is.
Yep.
So SPY hasn't really gotten that confirmed nonsense below the 200 yet. So this could be the 200 bounce. 380 cross on SPY and reject your bears. Yeah. 15% on Apple and close. Dude, you guys are killing it. Oh, on the 4 hour. Yeah. Noticed that yesterday. Little loud, Gabe says Boric. It's a little loud. He's got it though. Let's see. How much more downside can you see this year? Are we at the bottom? No, I don't think we're at the bottom. There's too much bullshit out in the market still to be like, yes, it's a bot. Like we've bottomed. Like we flashed down on the CPI and then went crazy back to the upside. I think we still need to test the pre-pandemic high. Is essentially what I'm looking at here. So if I throw SPY on here, I'll tell you it's like 338 to 342. That level, I think if we come down, is going to be heavily defended. It's right here. It's like 338 to 342 about. I think we could see anywhere below there. We're in real dangerous territory of selling back down into this zone, which would not be great. But I still think there's room to the downside there. I mean, you did flash below a little bit here, this 200 EMA on the weekly. You don't do that very often. But this is one of the only times that we could see the 200 EMA on the weekly really start pointing down. Like, when have we seen that? Oh, wait. And that was it. Right. It's starting to inflect. So it's flatlined right here.
I'm waiting for 2 o'clock, 2:30. I'm waiting for things to get really, really interesting.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so
can't
too.
wait.
Let's see here. What's the rate hike probability at right now? 91.3 should be 100. They're doing at 75. Why interesting at 2? We're going into earnings. It's also the market's been super volatile today, so I would say that you're in for some volatility going into close. Very similar to yesterday. Why is the SPY diving news? No, you ran into a key level at 387.50. And there's I would assume that this is new shorts piling into the market from the rally off of 348. That's what I'm thinking. So you're seeing it almost just zigzag down, trending to the downside there. VIX dollar yields market, somebody's lying. We shall see. I'd say market. In general, if you look at the trends on yields and the dollar and the yields, I think are gonna be more correct than the market, because there's just so much, like, there's more craziness happening with the market than there is the dollar and bonds.
Yeah. I think. By the way, ADX as it stands right now, I think ADX is following the strength of the trend down for much of everything you're seeing, and yeah, with AMD, you could see some weakness on the MACD. So yeah, it is what it is. Miguel, yeah, we will be doing a one-on-one today at 2 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I will see you guys in 15 minutes.
You want to come back on here, or you want to bring it back into the onto
We could actually keep it on here. We'll keep it on
right.
here.
Let's do it on here.
Yeah, you have the momentum.
I do have a haircut at 3:30 today, though. That's the only thing I have to be out by.
Okay.
Let's
Perfect.
See.
All right, guys. So I'll see you soon.
He will be back.
Peace.
See ya. All right, guys. I am also going to run to the bathroom for like 2 seconds. You're getting an STV bathroom break. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the way in, it would help out a whole lot. Cost you nothing to do it. But yeah, so I'm going to go to the bathroom. It's going to take less than 2 seconds. So I will be back. Just give me like a minute. All right. Again, I'm not going anywhere. Just going to the bathroom. But hit that like on the way in if you haven't already. Peace. All right. I'm back. Of course I show up and he's gone forever. No. But we are going to be doing some one-on-ones here in a little bit, team. But let's see what we get going later into the day here. If SPY ends up wanting to break that 200, that could get nasty. Why did he say peace? Because I had to go to the bathroom, bro. That's literally it. I said it like 4 times. 4 times. All right, guys. Keep hitting that like on the way in if you guys have not already. We cracked 200. I appreciate it. Let's see if SPY wants to make this move down below the 200. If it does, you're watching day lows at 381, 381.35, and then this little support line here at 380.69. If that's what it wants to do. Cricket, that's not what I was doing. All right. Let's see here. All right. Is there anything useful going on with Twitter? No, nothing here. All right, let's see. All right, team. So let's see. Spy's Nancy's trying to hang on here. Everything's starting to rally back up. You guys heard Gabe when he was talking about that 1 minute 13. You get that closing candle above that here. It rallies back up. Nice little exit signal there. So it is coming up potentially for a 5-minute rim. Let's see if it wants to do a little something. Let's see. Spy bouncing, then capitulates. It might. Let's see what happens if it wants to get up to that 13. It hasn't yet. You haven't seen any crazy momentum like to the downside below these levels here today. You're back basically into the chop zone. You touched it and then just bounce right back out of it. So I would say this is a nice little demand zone here on the 5-minute where it just goes boom out of it. If it can sell off back into here and come down lower, then yeah, I might do something, but probably not. Your SPY 200 is different. Okay, so you're looking at it on the trading view chart. If it's the trading view chart, then you should be good to get. No, this is the same. Make sure you're paying for real-time data on trading view. It's like $2 a month, I think. A real YouTuber would wear adult diapers. You know what, man? You know what? Why am I supposed to be wearing adult diapers, man? Like what is that nonsense? Come on now. Come on, dude. Also, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram too if you guys are not already. I'll throw the link to that right here. I'll follow all you guys back as you guys want to come in. But I have some very, very spicy things coming out on Instagram over the next few weeks once we are ready to go. So get ready for that. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to be having some fun over there. A catheter? Stop. Stop, bro. Bad. You forgot to hit the add button for the bathroom break? Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. Oh, yeah, make sure you have extended hours on, too. You need extended hours. Let's see. I'll follow all you guys back right now. But SPY starting to make that move down a little bit lower. Dollar slipping a little here, which is weird, man. Like, these movements are so strange. 10 years coming up a little, though. Let's see. Oh, what's up, Instagram people? How you guys doing? Let's see. Back alley colostomy. Stop it. Let's see. So you've got this little retest here. Let's see if it starts flying back up. I mean, this could be very similar to that VWAP test that we saw yesterday. A little double bottom and then boom. 14 minutes until March? No. No. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, Amanda's looking like it might want to slip here, but let's see if SPY. Here we go. Yeah, those moves down were sweet. If you guys hit those, good shit. You just lost 2 pounds. How'd you do that? Diamond backhand. Huh? I don't know how you did that. I don't want to know either, really. RLX? What's that? Penny stock? No thanks, man. Sorry, but not for me. Sorry. It's just not. It's too risk. Like, there's too much risk over here. Depending on what the news is. What did Roblox end up doing? Dude, fucking Roblox, bro. We were looking at that this morning. I didn't hit it. I just murdered the NVIDIA. He went quiet. That means he made a trade. No, I'm getting text messages. That's what I'm doing. Let's see. Thank you. I mean, you're welcome, but you guys know me by now. If you give me a penny stock, I'm going to say no. Like almost every single time. Mobileye, that's an interesting one. The new IPO, MBLY. Yeah. What's the float? 41. No. What's the volume? No, I don't like this one. This thing's probably coming down. Not enough demand on this. I mean, it did rip, but not enough demand. It's still up from where it was indicated. I mean, 26.41. It's got 40 cents to come a little bit lower, but not for me on that one. When he says he's getting text messages, it means he's making a trade. I'm not making a trade, bro. I'm not making a trade. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm already green, dude. I'm already green. Shout out to all you people on Instagram over here, too. I will follow all you guys back as you guys come in, but let's see. So Apple slipping down here a little bit lower. Down 2. I mean, this could be dirty here. Good afternoon, boyfriend. Please don't call me boyfriend, bro. That's just weird. Only IPO I really want to play is Starlink when it happens. Even that I won't play. I have very strict rules. Like, guys, if you hear, like, I'm very disciplined in what I do in my trading and where I put my money. IPOs are not one of them. Maybe I'll flip it. But what I've seen on IPOs over the last 2 years is you usually don't want to buy them. Usually wait. Oxy on the 5 cross down. Yeah, Oxy chopping down here. So oil might be moving back lower here. Watch SPY at this 200 again. Basically 283. Oh, I love you, Notorious. The personal savings of Americans have plunged this year, hitting $629 billion in the second quarter of 2022, according to the Federal Bank of St. Louis. So that's second quarter, though. What about Q3? That's down from 1.98 trillion. Oh, I did see that. 1.98 trillion in the second quarter of 2021 and 4.85 trillion in the second quarter of 2020, boosted by the pandemic-related government cash. Jesus. Are they like the TTF IPO rules? Well, to trade them, yes, but I probably still wouldn't even do that. Like I just don't. It's not enough, guys. I'm so locked in on what works. Like if you have to think about it like this: with 1348 trading the morning, and you guys see me do this on the live streams every single day. If it's not broken, don't try and fix it. You can tweak it a little bit to make stuff a little bit better, but don't drastically change anything. Like going and then playing IPOs. I mean, you can do it if you really want to. It's not my money. But I'm not looking to change anything. Am I going to start trading penny stocks? No. Am I going to start chasing squeak? No. I'm just going to continue to make money the way that I have with you guys every single day. In fact, the personal savings rate, meaning personal savings as a percentage of disposable income or the share of income left after paying taxes and spending money, fell to 3.5% in August, according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Oofed. That's low. SPY popping back up here. Notorious. Thank you for those updates, buddy. Honestly, trading the cross is the only thing that works for me. I'm telling you, man, like, stick with what works. You guys all should know by now that 1348 works. It's been studied. If you don't trust the study, you see all the people in my live chats, the community game section, people sharing it on social media every single day, making boatloads of money with it. The thing works very, very, very well. So I'm not going to change what works for me. All those years of negative interest rates and bonds didn't help personal savings. Well, it encourages them to spend, not save. Let's see here. Oxy fucking around a little bit. You post the article in Market Talk? Notorious. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Trading the cross is the most consistent thing I've done. There you guys go. And again, if you guys do want to hop in there, if you guys are not in there yet, the link is at the top of the live chat. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. You've heard a lot of bullshit about people saying, oh my God, screw these guys. It's like, one, that's what happens when you have the most amount of people printing. Like that, it is what it is. The people that have been in there with us are the ones that see it's like, oh boy, this is the truth. Same crosses work. My issue with trading at open is I'm not experienced enough to anticipate the move based on the info provided. That's fair. Thoughts on SPY heading into 2? I think it's going to chop. That's what I think. Just got back from a haircut. How's it going, everyone? Sam Lee. It's going pretty good, buddy. We had this nice little move down there, and I've still top ticked NVIDIA. Do crosses work on Forex? Yeah, they would. I have a haircut at 3:30 today. Let's see. Let's see. Neo Invictus. What's going on with that? Hold on. Up. This is a little cross down, cross up. Hold on. Sam Lee is so in your head, he even gets a haircut on the same day. Dude, it's fucking weird. It is weird. Did you guys play the move down? I didn't play it. I called it right here. Move down to 48 in VWAP, but I mean, I already kind of locked in my gains for the day. Again, I'm just continually gonna leave my gains. I can just keep them. Yeah, I'm getting a haircut at 3:30. So, dude, it's fucking weird. Sam Lee and I are just too similar, man. He has your camera in your apartment. That's weird. That would be strange. Hi, Sam. All right, hold on. What do we got here? Spy, little 5-minute rim here. Moving on down. Again, guys, if you have not already, hit that like on the way in. It helps spread the word about what we're doing over here. And hold on. What is this? Let's see. Separated at birth. Yeah. Let's see. All right. What up, SV? Stop by to smash the like. Hope you guys had a good day. Dude, it's awesome. Hold on. Today is awesome. Am I going for a mohawk? No. You missed the sweatshirt days? Why? Why? Let's see. Sold your SQQQ, made $1,200. Fuck yeah, Sean. There you go, buddy. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, that move down was filth, bro. Like, filth. Let's see. Spy trying to come back down now. Hold on. Where is this? Oh, emotional damage. Holy shit. Let's see. Nancy moving back down. Apple slipping. Come on. Facebook dying hard. Yeah, where is it? That Facebook play would have been nasty. Yeah, this was most likely just a nasty Invictus on the way down. I mean, these tools are super powerful, man. I mean, like, come on now. Facebook and Baba support levels? Yeah. I mean, you want it on like the 5-minute? Where do you want it? Like, you want it for today? I mean, I can give it to you for today, but it doesn't make much sense I mean, you could see it where right here. 129, 129.50, right around there. Let's see. Do. Come on, Spy. What do you want to do? Is Gabe hopping on here with you? He was on a little bit earlier. Now he's going to be coming back too for one-on-ones. My friend, Baba. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about Baba. Again, Sean, that is not what I'm in the game of doing. I'm not in the game of saying in 2 days is a stock going to be here. That's not what I'm trying to do. below 63, you're saying? That's a giant drop. It can do it, but that's aggressive. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see here. All right. Neo slipping. Apple coming back up here. Interesting. You hit the mandatory like. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. But Sean, that's not what I'm doing. One, you'd be trading with 2 days of time. Could it fall down there? It depends. We've gone over this a lot. The fact that one, we have earnings, we have crazy pieces of economic data coming out, a Fed meeting next week. Things can go all over the place. That's why I'm saying that if I'm going to swing anything, I'm going to get at least 2.5 months of time because it doesn't make sense to take the risk. Let's see here. I owe you a phone. Sorry. My bad. You broke it, smashing the like button. Thanks. I appreciate that. Means you hit it hard enough. Continued the green streak today, too. Another close call, but slapped it back into the green. Your risk averse, preserving capital and practicing skills, following the rules. Again, man, those rules are super powerful. Again, a lot of people come in and are like, oh yeah, if I win when I follow the rules, but I don't win when I don't follow the rules. It's like, that's why the rules are there. Men on the 1 minute looks crazy. Just hugged the 13 perfectly all the way down. Dude, if you look at AMD, it was like 15 5-minute candles in a row of straight red. Let's see. Taking your gains on vacation next week? Not to the casino, no? There you go. On a serious note, you blew out a speaker in your car? I don't think I could have done that. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, don't be going to the casino unless you're like me and just do it responsibly. Even though I don't. Let's go spy getting some gas. It's trying to. Let's see if we can get back above VWAP here. I think you could see it rally off the 200. That's what I was watching for. I was just watching for it on the 200 here. Hold on. Hold on. You bottom tick the SPY. Your calls are up 6%. Nice, man. There you go. Break the 200. Death to the SPY. It could. We will see. It's always possible. It is always possible. All right. Let's see what we get over here. Probably meta puts printed and probably going to bring the market down. Well, I mean, right now, where is it now? Is it still dying? I mean, it does have earnings after hours, so it depends. It's down 5% ahead of earnings. Hedge funds starting to buy Bitcoin, watch them pump it to $1 million on a liquidation squeeze. No. That's very unlikely. Guys, these really high price targets, you got to get that shit out of your system. You really do. For everything. We had somebody come in here and be like, GTI at 500. And I was like, that's moronic. That is so stupid to say things like that. Like very stupid, because you can't, it's a lottery ticket. If it doesn't happen, you haven't learned anything on how to actually make money in the market all the time. You fucked yourself. We've been talking about these strategies for what, almost a year now? And the people that have listened are killing it. Sam, everybody in here, I recognize a lot of your faces. But you can't sit here and just be like, no, man, I think it's going to go up to 40 million and just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and continue losing money as this thing starts to happen because some idiot on Twitter or YouTube or somewhere is telling me that it's possible. That's not going to help you. And a lot of people are not going to like that. Too bad. That's the reality. Sorry. I've been telling you guys, it's been like, these are the things that are happening. And some of you guys have listened. But a lot of you have not. And those are the people that are the most angry at me. And it's like, I told you. Like, what do you want me to do? Computer man. Let's see. Apple bending back around here. Let's see. Like, if you don't like that, just go get your hopium somewhere else and lose money. It's not my money. Like, it's not mine. Like, that's the thing. It's like, come on. Also, don't play the actual lottery. Go to casino. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Lottery is just a tax. You're taxing yourself more. It's essentially what you're doing with the lottery. Apple slipping here a little bit. That could be a 3-minute rim. It's a hope tax. Yeah, there's a lot of hope taxing going on these days. This isn't 2020 anymore, man. Will I be streaming tomorrow, celebrating something? Would love to pop in. Yeah, guys, I'm live every day, 12:15 to about 1:45. We're sticking on a little bit longer today. We're going to do some public one-on-ones in a bit. But yeah, that's the name of the game over here. So get ready for that. We're going to be having some fun. And again, if you guys do want to join us, the link is in the top of the live chat. If you're tired of losing money and like listening to people that are just telling you things that just do not happen, hop in with us, man. I'll throw it in the chat here too. I mean, you guys will not be disappointed. You guys see the amount of success that the live chat's having here. Come make some money, man. Let's stop screwing around. Let's see. Let's see. Apple slip. Oh, here he is. He's back.
Yeah, how about that AMD, huh?
I told him. I was like, you remember what Gabe said about the AMD?
Oh man. Interesting.
All right, let me throw this link into the Discord and we'll get some one-on-ones going. Here's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do.
Michael, Invictus is a man. Just letting you know. Sam, what's up? How you doing?
Let's see. We're going to try to get Emily on here because she was messaging me and wanted a little bit of extra help.
Okay.
So let's see. Here we go. Let's see. All right, team. Nice little public one-on-one. Here we go.
Let's go.
Dun, 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 dun. Spy bouncing back up off that 200.
What's going on, Sam? I've heard great things about you.
Oh,
Welcome
here
to
we
the
go.
hive.
Let's see. Welcome, Emily. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How?
Doing pretty solid.
All right.
All right. Let's go through some stuff here, because you said
Yep.
what you said was you were having a lot of success, and then you went on a little bit of a cold streak. Is I think the gist of it, right?
Right. Yeah, I was doing really good. I don't know. My portfolio was up. I don't know, maybe 10%. And then all of a sudden, just in the last 2 weeks, my portfolio started out at 4,000, and then 5,600, and then now I'm back down to about 3,100.
Okay.
I went 4,000 to 31 within the last 2 weeks. I did make, but what I'm noticing is, if I'm in a winning trade, I'm getting out super fast if I don't immediately get out when I get in.
Mm-hmm.
But when I lose big all the time. But a lot of times I'll catch myself. I won't set my stop loss. Say, okay, well, sometimes it can go down 25% and then turn right back around and rip up. And I kind of know what I'm doing wrong, in a sense.
What do you think you're doing wrong?
I'm not sticking to the rules. I'm not setting my stop loss at 10%.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing is that if you're letting things go down 25, how close in time to expiration are you trading?
So the ones that drop big, I'm usually doing Wednesday or later. Wednesday or later, I do try and go. I go out a week.
Okay.
So today I would buy next Friday.
Good. That's good.
But yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Yesterday I lost on play. It was right after market open. It dropped, and I got in. Think about the fact that earnings, with everything else was going on this week, I was, and so I was kind of just like, okay, well, it's going to come back down. It never did. And so I went ahead and sold them, and I lost about $250, and I got really discouraged and upset. Small trades that I was winning, I would take like $15 to $30 profits. Take one trade, I was done for the day because I was scared to give it back.
Mm-hmm. So I think what your main issue is there's two of them. Position sizing. Going down $250 on a trade with around a $4,000 account.
Yeah.
That's not following the rules. So think about if you were following like the 10% allocation, that's an over 50% loss on that one trade. That's what it would be if it was allocated at 10%. So that would be the first thing. The second thing, I think, is something that a lot of people are trying to get over, and it's you're taking your winners really quick because you're almost getting scared that they're going to reverse on you, and you're letting your losers ride thinking they're going to come back.
Right.
You almost have to flip it in reverse. So with that stop loss strategy that I've been talking about a lot, is you're able to scale out and you're essentially locking in a little bit of that gain, and then you can slowly stair step it up. Because like I say all the time, the method is sometimes going to give you a trade that can go up 30, 40, 50%. And you want to be there for that move. And if you start seeing those moves come, it gives you more confidence in taking just a 10% loss on a trade. You're like, okay, well, the next one's going to be good.
Okay. Yeah, I did implement that last week. The days that I was moving my stop loss up a little bit, and then it would be like I'd go in to change it. All of a sudden, I would take the $30 or whatever profit, the small profit, moving it up quick enough, I guess.
So I would say you're most likely not letting them go enough. The way that I do it is I'll start scaling out between 6 and 10%, and then depending on what happens from there, um, I'll move a stop to around break even, and then let it continue up to, let's say, 15%, 20% in the green, and then start moving the stops even higher. Because you want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room for a retest, but you also don't want to move your stops up so much that you're just also locking in another base hit. Does that make sense? Because if
Yeah.
it comes down quickly, it'll hit the stop and then trigger it, and then you're out. So you've locked in your base hit, which is great. But if your issue is then oversizing and then letting those trades run too far into the red, well, you need those winners to start being bigger. That doesn't mean be more aggressive. It means you got to kind of change the way that you're viewing the trade and say, one, I would say size. It sounds like you're using a way larger percentage of your portfolio than makes sense.
Okay.
And then try and stick to those rules, because that one trade that you talked about with like earnings, you thought it was going to come down. The open is aggressive unless
Yeah.
you're really locked in and you see, okay, these are my levels. This is where I'm going. I have enough time on the trade. It's not going to go that crazy on me. I would wait a little bit longer in the day once
Yeah.
it starts picking a direction and you see the crosses go.
Yeah. And I did another Apple play this morning, lost like less than but I got in and I set my stop loss too close so it didn't have, and it stopped me out real fast. If I would have set it at 10%, I've had room because I bought those for next week. So I kind of know what but then I paper traded all day today, the rest of the day, and I made 2% on my paper trading account.
That's good. That's very good.
Very, very good.
Gabe, do you have do you want to hop in with are you seeing anything here that I'm not seeing?
I think what she's doing right now is reverting back to a paper trade account, right? I think STB sort of kind of like hit the nail on the head. You have a $3,000 or $4,000 account. I mean, you should only be playing with $300 to $400, depending on your account size. And also just giving yourself more time. I think this is something that STB has done very, 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 very well in articulating as far as like risk management and giving yourself more time, especially in markets right now that have no rhyme or reason, right? And so, um, again, just give yourself more time. I think today was a perfect example of how maybe someone would have given themselves more time with $59 puts or $60 puts on AMD, for example, right? But if they played this Friday, they would have gotten stopped out. Next Friday or the Friday after, they would have been able to tolerate, that volatility. I also feel like it's what's also happening is you're trading scared,
Yes.
as opposed to trading with conviction. And I think that can only happen with repetition, with you know repetition and exposure to 1348. Also, what I've been advising individuals to do is to simply play the actionable alert, meaning if you see the call, you see the put, play it then, right? Because as we could see, the market's just absolutely wonky right now, right? So we want to play the highest probability, most actionable play out there, right? And that's usually when the cross happens. Yes, you can front run it, but that requires also one, risk management, two, just a 1000% buy-in into the 1348 strategy and being comfortable with the indicators and what you're seeing overall. I think we all have bad streaks. I think we all do.
Right.
And I think just like Uh, there's a 3-day rule for like when a stock has bad news, you leave it alone. And I also feel like traders should allow that themselves as well, because what's happening here is you get into a trade. Let's say you have a bad trade. Now your mindset isn't, oh, let me find the next optimal trade. Your mindset is, oh, let me recover my losses from this previous trade, right? So
Yeah.
now you're trading passive aggressive at this point, right? And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want, you know, you don't want revenge trading to take over your trading thesis.
Okay.
Okay. Staying very, very disciplined and stop loss. Um, and then just accepting that loss. If you hit it, accept it. Right. Move on to the next one. And you just rock and roll from there, right? I
Right.
want to share something that I'm actually very, very, very proud of. So I had a parent teacher conference today, right? And one thing that the teacher told me was my son is very, very binary. He was yes or no. He was on or off. And I raise him with that same type of discipline, right? He's a
Hmm.
rule follower. You follow rules. And I think if you go ahead and you follow those rules and you allow yourself to follow the rules, it makes you that much more of a dangerous trader, an efficient trader. And you
Right.
won't find yourself. So what's happening here is you're second guessing yourself. And by virtue of second guessing yourself, you're second guessing the chart,
Hmm.
right? Right? Because the chart is nothing. The chart is just simply an instrument. What has become the conductor of your trade are your emotions. So you want to go ahead and take that step back and allow the chart to be the conductor of your trade. Take that emotion away. Right. So just
Mhm.
give it back to the chart. And
Okay.
again, repetition. If you have to fall back on the paper trade, fall back on the paper trade.
Mhm.
That's all I really got. But STB hit the nail on the head. He gave all the proper recommendations, and I think as long as you adhere, to the rules, you're going to do absolutely phenomenal. And by the way, I like your chat. Can't really see it because it's
Thank you.
uh,
I've got
yeah, but
lots of them.
pretty awesome. All right, so that's all I really have. STB. Anything
I
else you want
think,
to
yeah, so I
add?
think, usually what the main issue is with oversizing, trying to take on too much risk, and then letting those losses run more and being scared to take the winners. Um, it's usually trying to do too much too quickly.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
usually what it is. So I would say that with whatever your account size is right now, go to the compound interest calculator, have a goal of 1%. You're not going to hit it every single day. It's not realistic to
Right.
say you're going to guarantee 1% every single day. But if that is your goal in mind, it creates a little bit of almost a buffer for you, because if you're able to hit that goal, you know that you're done. You can say, "Oh, I'm
Okay.
done." So that combined with more time, really, really understanding the rules and using the stop loss strategy, I think is going to help you out a whole lot.
Okay.
And then it's difficult sometimes, but if you're down on a trade, you have to learn how to win, like accept a win and accept a loss too. The wins aren't going to all just continue to go forever. The losses can continue to go down against you.
Yeah. I'm not a good loser.
Well, we can that
Real
would
talk.
make sense. Well, because if they're coming down against you, you don't want to hold them because they can just start going, and then you're like, "Oops!" Especially if you're trading contracts with not a whole lot of time on them.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, also, I would recommend whatever you're playing. Let's say you're playing on a 5 minute, right? Defer to the 4 hour and the daily to see what the dominant trend is, right? And then play that trend on the 5 minute. What it's going to do is by
Okay.
virtue of giving yourself more time, you have more time frames that agree with your thesis. You see,
Okay. Yeah,
right?
I get that.
Um, yeah, and you give yourself more time so you could absorb, the intraday moves, right? So I think I
Mhm.
think I think you're going to be okay. It does take a little practice, as we said earlier in the stream earlier. It's 20 hours to master something, right? But just as quickly. You can just unravel that with bad habits,
Mhm.
And I think position sizing is something that a lot of people struggle with. Um, and so don't feel bad. You're not the first. You're not the last. We've all done it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have all done it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think establish those good habits now because I believe, like, let's say, guys, I'm not a wizard, right? I started with a very small account. Now it's, hey, it is what it is. It's a decade worth of work, but I still trade in percentages, you
Mhm.
see, and I still trade in the same way I traded 10 years ago, right? And so you don't ever want to put yourself in a position where you have a $300,000 account that then you see that just die to 120. That hurts. That hurts
I-
a lot. So build those good habits now and they will pay dividends for you in the future. Right? So
Exactly.
just plant your seed right now. That's it.
Yeah. Slow it down, get some more time. If you need to paper trade to get your feet back under you, build some confidence, do that. Um, I think if you've shown yourself the ability to make profitable trades before, it's the psychological aspect of it in money management. So I've said this a lot. There's the three M's: method, mindset, money management. The method is relatively easy to learn. You have the crosses, the levels, the EMAs, and reading things like that. After that, then you get into what's actually difficult. It's mastering your emotions and risk management going into the trade. So learning those things, slowing it down, and if you build the repetition of those base hits, scaling out, setting those stop losses and letting things run, you get used to one having a lot of confidence in your trades because okay, if a winning trade is going to run 20, 25, 30% and you have a loser that you take at 10, and you're consistently winning, it gives you more confidence to enter those trades because you know your ability going into the market is going to give you a profitable risk reward over the long term.
Right. I do have one question about this stop loss. So I
Yep.
trade. Do I go to stop loss, take profit to adjust it? What is it?
You can.
Sell. I,
You
I
can.
just, I was curious and it kept telling me my stop loss had to be lower than whatever number. So I was
So
having
there's
an issue with profit.
okay. Yeah, so there's two things that you can do. One, you can use that stop loss take profit order. It's essentially saying, "Hey, I if it comes down to here, I'm going to get stopped out at X. If it goes up to here, take me out of the position." Um,
Okay.
I do it more manually just so I can let the trades run a little bit. So I'll just
Right.
go in after I've scaled out a little bit and set my stop loss at break even or slightly higher because as a contract's price is coming down, it hits your stop, then triggers a market order. So you're going to get filled slightly below what your stop is. That's what I found works very well. Manually just putting those stop loss orders in, and then I can step them up. So I can modify the order and step the stop losses up. I've never seen where it says you can't step it up. I'm
Yeah,
guessing you're on Webull too.
Are you?
I'm on Webull.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you would do is if you wanted to set a stop, you go and you click the normal sell button. Um, it's gonna usually just go to a limit order, and you would just change it to a stop. You would just have to know
Okay.
that where you actually bought your contract, what price that is, because it'll essentially just flash when you hit the sell order to sell it at whatever current price that it is. So you'll have to move it down to under the current price, and then you can move it up as the trade continues to go.
Okay. I get what you're saying. All right. Thank
So
you.
so like just a quick example. Let's say if you bought a contract at 100, it runs to 120, you're up 20%. When you click that sell button and you switch it to stop, it's going to put you at 120. So you would have to move it down to wherever you wanted it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your help.
Anytime.
problem.
Yeah, if you have any more questions,
Anytime.
just let us know. Let us know how it's going, and we'll always be here to help.
Always.
All right. I appreciate
All right. Thank you, Emily.
Why are people
Alrighty.
still using Weeble? Because
All
we
right.
fucking love it here.
Oh,
That's
this
why.
guy's a hater. He's being an idiot. He's like, you guys don't even trade. Oh my god, you guys don't even trade. Bro, I will out trade you any fucking day of the week. Get out of here with that. I'll leave you in here for comedic relief. But if you keep saying dumb shit, you're gonna get booted. We have a no nonsense policy over here. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. Very solid one-on-one there. Gabe, you want to
Yes.
you want to see if we can get one more on?
Yes. Let's get one more. Actually, let's get Dad Trade Stocks on. You want to join?
Let's see. You want to come on, pal? Let's see. I'll throw the link into the Discord for everybody.
Oh man. Assembly's like, get his ass on. Let's do it. We do things differently here, sir.
Yeah. Again, people like to hate when you're actually making people money and are in the number one spot. Does it matter to us? No. You can sit there and talk all day long, but the results speak for themselves. All right, guys, keep hitting that like on the way in. Let's see if somebody wants to pop in.
Hey, Dad, she says he doesn't have a webcam. That's fine. We could talk to Black Space, but yeah, let's get you on board.
He's not in the Discord though, so we can't.
Oh, he's not.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, no, you can't. Sorry, buddy.
This is a public stream. Apple Death. Oh fuck yeah! There it goes. There it goes. Adios.
Oh man, I love red candles.
Dude, it is so fun. It is so fun. All right, let's see. We're gonna give it a few minutes here. What is Algo saying? Yeah, Algo, it is a public stream. Spy breaking. It's getting there. It's getting there. I don't know if I'd take this here. It's just already green on the day. What's the point? Let's see.
Oh man, things are getting interesting. So again, guys, proof of concept here. When we talked about AMD reversing, we did so on the 1 minute. And then what you could also see is a rejection off of the 13. Now you have a continuation to the downside, right? So always respect your EMAs as levels. I think this definitely highlights, what we do, how we do, and why we do it with 1348. Okay.
Let's
Sean wants to do a one-on-one with smoke signals. Apparently, he doesn't have a camera or mic.
I don't know how we're gonna be talking in Morse code. I don't know how we're gonna do that.
The dollar's knifing. Huh.
Boop, boop. Oh, here we go. Red Abe, welcome, buddy. How you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing good, man.
How you doing? So I had a bit of a rough couple days.
Yeah.
I'm working with a small account, and I've been following the rules, and I was able to work myself up to about 30% over the last 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
But as we get later into the week, with a small account, we're limited to the tickers we can play. So towards the end of the week, Wednesday, Friday, some of the larger tickers are a bit cheaper. I was playing Google yesterday. I didn't realize it was earnings, and I sold for a loss. And then, this morning I open up and I see that Google absolutely died overnight. So I was like, okay, let me buy another, put it open. And I got absolutely wrecked. So
That's not the rules. So the first part is if you're looking at Google going into earnings, one, premiums are going to be juiced up. You can get a nice move off of them before earnings, but I wouldn't beat yourself up that Google died on their earnings and you had puts and you took the loss before. If you held into earnings, that position easily could have gone to zero. Earnings are a coin flip.
And that's what I was thinking. I closed yesterday.
Yes. So that's not, I wouldn't beat yourself up over that at all. The one at open here, if we look at Google, it does look like it's coming down pretty aggressively here. I'm guessing you got in somewhere around here, stopped out.
I don't have the exact time, but it was probably like 9:40 or something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So right around.
Yeah, exactly. So it happened really quick.
Yeah. So this is where we also fall back on the rules, right? So again, we say, we know that people break them, and I get it, right? But it's times like these and the volatility that we're witnessing right now is one of the reasons why I don't like to trade until after 10. Right?
Okay.
Now, if I'm coming in before 10, it's quick. It's quick. I'm not even getting the tip in. It's quick. I'm in, I'm out. Like,
right.
And you would play that on the 1 minute, right? That is my only advice for anybody who decides, like, yeah, I want to play this, before 10 o'clock. So that's essentially what happened to you. And then obviously you got the run up, and then you had a continuation where it died, right? I think listen, man. The market will catch us slipping and will get us all, at one point or another. The thing is, what I like after 10 o'clock is if you wait patiently, you're able to see, especially on display, where the RSI picked up above its moving average.
Right.
And so when that happened, you were in call season, and then it broke below its moving average. So I think for anybody and everybody that's listening, right? This is a situation. It's a classic example of chasing and almost revenge trading at this point, because you're like, fuck, I sold too soon, and so you chase into it, right? Because and that is dangerous, guys. You know why? You know why that's dangerous? Because you're trading into speculation at that point.
Right.
You're absolutely trading into speculation at that point, right? You're chasing something. There's no common sense. And hold on. I dare say this, right? 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock when the markets officially close, right? It's a new race in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every morning is a new race. So whatever happened yesterday doesn't apply to today. Right. Unless your thesis is in fact on the daily. Now, if your thesis is on the daily and you're watching the MACD and the RSI on the daily, then yeah, it's okay. So you'll long term, or maybe your midterm outlook is okay. But when you're playing intraday, no way in hell that race ends at 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. New day, new set of rules. And if you guys could see, the market has just been wonky every freaking day, with a gap up and a gap down. Like, she spreads her legs every morning. Every morning she's spreading her legs, so you get a massive gap, right? It's a new race. It is an absolute new race. So do not trade today based on your feelings of yesterday, is what I'm saying. Take emotion out of it.
You're absolutely right. I understand the system pretty well, I feel, and I've made it work many times for me. My thing is just the self-discipline. It's easy to get into. I've been trading the percentages instead of the numbers. That's helped, 300% on everything. But it really is the self-discipline and catching myself when I'm jumping in too quick, if that makes sense.
So it's a couple of things. That Google play there, I mean, you tried to catch it at open. It would hit, and this is, it was a chase. That's very simply what it was. You saw it starting to move down. It had already made a big move. You're seeing those sell orders come in. And you're like, oh, I think it can go down. The thing is already down, what, like 7-8% at that point? Can it
Yeah.
continue to go? It can. It's just risky. And the other thing is that at open after earnings, the spreads are wide. There's a lot of volatility still happening, especially if the stock is moving. So
Right.
it would be something that I would then stay away from anyway. Just say there's too much craziness that can happen off of this move. I might as well just burn it. I would rather go for something that's more simple, a higher probability setup that I've seen before, and I know that the odds and probability are going to be in my favor over the long term. And then the other thing is that you were saying that you're trading some of the larger names towards the end of the week because they get cheaper. Is that Friday expiration? Is that like 2 days to expiration?
It depends on the ticker. So Google's a bit more expensive. So yeah, that would have been this Friday.
So those are things that I don't do.
Right.
I will not do that just because it's too risky. There's too much volatility there. And again, especially if you're new and you might be having some issues, you win a little bit, you lose a little bit, you're up 30% on your account, you're killing it, then it starts to come back down. Getting more time gives you a little bit more wiggle room. So if you can't afford in terms of 10% of your account on Google or something else, then you need to then go to a stock that you can afford.
Right. And I got my stable of the ones I've normally hit, and I'm learning the movement to them pretty well, how they react to everything. And that's a big hit.
That's really good. If you're learning how those set of specific stocks move, I mean, you never even have to go to another group of stocks. Like if you're just murdering like the Lucid, Neo, all of those, as your account grows, you don't have to go for anything else. I mean, as it gets much larger, yes, you will have to change it up at some point. But learning how those stocks moves, again, that's that stop loss strategy. I'll keep talking about it. That thing's a cheat code. If you're able to use it, that thing
absolutely. I've been doing that since I started. I figured out this the take profit stop loss pretty quick, but sometimes I just forget to trade it or set it.
It works very well, especially if you can manually move that stop up, because you can slowly stair step your way up. If the method, the 1348 cross, the levels, whatever you see that's going to get you into the trade is going to give you a larger play.
Right. I was going to say, like, we actually hit the NVIDIA earlier this week. I put in the chat that I didn't set my take profit high enough, and it hit it too damn quick, which was nice because that followed all the rules. And that one, trading before 10, that 5% would have easily given me 10 to 20% of my account had I stepped up the stop loss properly.
Right. So that's why I personally don't use the stop loss take profit order. Because if I'm setting a certain take profit, you can have an order there, which is fine, where you can modify it around and then sell when you want to. That's helpful if you can set it way high enough so that it's easier for you to just go in, move it, and then get it hit right away. That's something that you can do. The reason I don't use it is just because I want to let the trade fully play out. So I just leave the stop there right around break even, a little higher, and then slowly step it up. And if I then see after, okay, this is when I want to get out, just like the NVIDIA today, I'll just cancel the stop and sell it.
Okay. All right. Well, there was one thing. I've heard STV, you mentioned sometimes when you use trades, you sometimes had the position try to mimic actually owning 100 shares. What do you mean by that?
So this is for swing trades. So when you're swinging, you're getting contracts with more time.
Right.
And if you're going to see super volatile moves, especially in this marketplace, if you can get more time and close enough to the money, you're not actually going to get to a position that's going to mimic owning 100 shares. If your delta's 1, you've mimicked owning 100 shares. That's essentially what I'm referencing, but it's lessening the volatility of the move. That's what I mean by that. Mimicking owning 100 shares is getting enough time so the contract isn't going to be as volatile, and you're going to more closely follow the movement of the stock with a little bit of leverage too, because it is you are trading options, so you're not going to get exactly like mimicking owning 100 shares. But it allows you to be a little bit safer when you're swinging. Personally, right now, I'm not swing trading anything. And if I was, I'd be getting 2.5+ months out in time.
Yeah, absolutely. I messed with Pythagoras a bit, but with everything going, I haven't been holding anything overnight.
Smart.
Very smart.
All right, well, I that kind of does it. I just want to thank you guys. You're teaching me a lot about trading, and I can see this thing absolutely does work. So, giving it my all.
Ready? We'll get you there, buddy. Again, if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to send us a message. Ask us a question in the live chat. We're always here to help, man.
Oh, I know. I'm in 95% of the stream, so.
I know. I see you.
All right. Love to
All right.
see
Well, thanks a lot, guys.
that. No problem.
Later, man.
Have a good
Later.
one.
Later.
All right.
I want to touch on something before we go. I know we've been on the stream at about 45 minutes, right?
Yeah, well, I've been on for 2.5 hours, but yes.
Yeah, I say that. Okay, so okay, STV. When you have a win, do you get excited?
Dude, I've been thinking about a tweet like this. I do get a little bit excited, but guys, okay, can I say a little thing first? Okay, I've had 9 or 10 green days in a row. I don't feel anything. I feel zero. I'm emotionless. I don't care. I just think towards the next day. I'm like, cool. It's in the past. I don't care. I've had 9, 10 green days in a row. Don't give a shit. When's the next green day coming? It's not like, I'm not like, woohoo! Like I made a bunch of money. No. Is that where you were sort of going or no?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was sort of going, right? I think when you curb enthusiasm for the win, right? It the opposite's true. You also learn to just curb that anxiety and that feeling on the loss, right? I mean, you got to take your wins, you got to take your losses in this game. That's just the way it works, right? The system works. It just works, hands down. Period. It works. Emotions are more volatile than a chart, guys. And so I think when you go ahead and you give yourself that repetition and you no longer find yourself getting excited for your wins, you're on the right track. Okay. And more importantly, when you stop seeing yourself feeling excited about the wins, then you start taking your wins more often. And that is because, man, that elation you feel is like, oh my God, I'm winning. I want to win more. It's like, no, you just want green. Right? And that's what STB has been able to do successfully, is hit those greens every day. So at the end of the day, I don't care if STB closes 0.1% green, 0.5% green, or a whole 1%, 2 percentage points green, whatever the case may be.
Green is green.
The fact is that he's allowing himself to build those good habits. And I promise you, math is, oh my God, it's the wizardry. My God, math. I know even with a 0.05% growth on your portfolio each and every day, I mean, within 2 years, you're buying me. You are buying me a Bugatti. And paying for my first set of tires, because some things are like 40 grand, bro.
That's fine. You can take care of the oil change then. Dude, I'm telling you, I mean, I think by next year I'll be rolling around in the pista, man. I'll just keep it up, keep doing what I'm doing over here. It's building those good habits. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
And the name of the game is I think from a lot of the experiences that a lot of us have had in the past. I mean, I've been trading for a while. Gabe's been trading for way longer than I have. But it's learning from those mistakes and knowing not to make them again. So the mistakes that I've made in the past are, one, the main one I think is continuing to trade when I'm already green. That's
that with
usually,
Red Ape. regardless of that bad Google trade, I finished up 2.78% on the day.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That-
But I think so. Like some of the problems that I've had in the past are one, over leveraging, going willy nilly, going on tilt a little bit, but it's really not stopping when you're green. That's been my biggest problem. And over the last, I think 6 to 8 months has been that mental switch. It takes everybody a different length of time to get there.
Yeah.
And once you flip that little switch and you can fully maintain your discipline, it's a different game.
It's a different game. Absolute different game. And also, guys, this helps you take your attention off of the losing trade, right? So you just got to think about it, right? So every day is a war, and each trade is a battle, right? Just
Yep.
because you've lost that trade, you move on to the next trade. Your goal is just to end green each and every day, right? So don't harp on that loss. Don't beat yourself up over it. Look for the next ideal setup. What has worked for me, especially if I find myself in like a bad trade, right? So obviously, I go ahead and I hit my stop. I get out, right? I let the trade run. I don't chase it. I let it run, and then I'll play the reversal.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I did that
so
today.
You did that today, exactly. Right. So, that's one way to sort of kind of like recover from, let's say, a shit trade. You guessed wrong. All right, cool. What goes down must come up. What goes up must come down. What essentially what it means is if a trade goes against you, you enter too late. That's all that means.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, if you're watching the trade just run, you're like, all right, I got you, you son of a bitch. You're right here at this level. I'm going to play you down.
Yeah.
For me, that's just the easier trade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%, man. All right, team. So, Gabe, you got any final words before we wrap things up for today?
Final words.
I've got a couple.
Well, I know you got a couple. I was actually like really, really thinking about this, right? So, I mean, I guess for anyone just starting out, right? Are you trading to get really good at something? Or are you trading to make a shit ton of money?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have to relieve yourself of some of that pressure.
Yep.
Right. When you're first getting started, you're getting started to learn the system and to become a good trader. From there, it's to establish proof of concept. From there, it's now, okay, yeah, I want to start making money. Okay. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't trade under duress. And don't be mad at your losing trade. You have to lose.
Mm-hmm.
It only makes you better. That's it. That's
yep. As long as you're learning from the losers and you know exactly why you lost that trade and what went wrong, it usually is going to come down into one of three ways. You didn't follow the rules, so method. You over leveraged, so you took a bigger loss, risk management. Or you chased it, FOMO'd in, did something stupid, mindset. The 3 M's. I'm telling you, those things are super important. But team, that is gonna wrap it up for today. I think I'll be able to get a video, guys, out later. If not, I'll see all you guys in the morning. Again, I got a haircut coming up. If you guys do want to join us, the link's in the top of the live chat. If you're tired of losing money, you want to come to these streams all the time. Usually these streams are private. We got some really cool stuff coming for you guys. Again, curriculum, live streams, predictive algorithms, alerts. You get me, Gabe, guiding you through the entire way. And we're always here to help. But team, hit that like on the way out. We will see you later.